Hello, Seiiti Arata. Creating a successful morning ritual is one of the most valuable actions that you can take to improve your life. Today I want to share with you a framework so that you can implement and also create your own morning ritual. But first I want to explain to you why the morning routine is so important to improve life in general. The importance and the advantage of the morning routine is that it is a simple approach, so it has a high chance of being put into practice. Instead of spending hours studying and trying to implement mind-bending productivity and personal productivity techniques, you can simply adopt a very simple idea, which is changing your life is nothing more than changing the way you spend your days. And the way you spend your days is greatly influenced by the way you start your days. A good life is made of good days. And a good day begins with a good morning. Think about it. A good life is made of good days, and each day starts with a new morning when your battery is fully charged and you're fully able to do what needs to be done. So don't waste the huge potential you have in the morning. What is wasting your morning potential, you might ask? It is doing what most people do. Picking up your phone and reading messages and viewing photos of other people on social networks and turning on the TV and being bombarded with negative news, eating foods that are low in nutritional density, that disrupt your metabolism, such as sugar in your coffee and cereal and bread with margarine, not to mention the rush caused by having used the snooze button of your alarm clock 3 times in the morning, and then you have very little time, you're rushing to get out of your home. You might also decide that you can start your days in a different way. You can start your day in a way that helps you to overcome your biggest life challenges. The key to starting this little revolution is the way that you live your life by adopting a good morning ritual. The first few minutes are the starting point for you to have a productive day. If you waste your first minutes of your morning on mediocre activities, you're very likely to have a mediocre day as well. And with the accumulation of days, you're going to have a mediocre life. Mediocre meaning medium, being on average. A productive morning routine is a set of predetermined tasks that you choose to do that your days happen to bring you closer to your biggest goals. The great secret of extraordinary morning ritual is to get you out of inertia. It is getting you to move early in the day so that all the other activities follow the same level of quality. Here we have consistency. It's a very powerful force that we can use to our advantage. In concrete terms, the morning ritual should be kind of a tailored script that allows you to have your ideal conditions moving you toward your goals. This script should also be so detailed and so clear that if somebody else would take your script, they would know exactly what to do in the morning. Ritual helps you to maintain consistency around habits that produce results, putting you on the path to meeting any challenge, generating more clarity, awareness, and control of your body and mind. Does it sound good? So now write down the 5 steps for you to put that into practice. Here we go with 5 steps to setting up a morning ritual. Creating a morning ritual does not have to be complicated. In fact, you can follow 5 simple steps to set up your routine. Number 1, write down your routine on paper. Remember that your morning ritual should be scripted, and this script has to be so detailed. Even if somebody else would get it, they would know exactly what has to be done when you wake up. This means that your extraordinary morning ritual should not be only in your head. You need to write it down. Ideally, this script is not very complex. You can choose about 5 to 10 simple activities that you can do within 1 hour at the beginning of your day. The purpose of your extraordinary morning ritual is to get into action easily, effortlessly. We want to get moving into the right direction early in the day, and you can write your ritual on a sheet of paper that is always visible. It can be an app in your phone, it can be a task management app or habit tracking app. Number 2, you have to prepare everything the night before. A successful morning ritual begins with an evening routine that paves the way for you. The night before, you take a look at your to-do list and you select the most important task for the next day. What's the most important thing that you can do right now so that your next day is going to be easier for you? Write down this task with a genuine intention to accomplish that task the next day. And also you can prepare everything that you're going to need to perform that ritual in the next morning. Let me explain that to you. For example, if you have decided that you're going to do an exercise in the morning, you have to organize your clothes that you're going to wear, the shoes, maybe the music that you're going to listen to, all the breakfast ingredients that you need. Keep everything ready. Keep in mind that you can wake up with a very different mood a different intention than you had when you were going to sleep. You can go to sleep very well intentioned, but you may wake up with some laziness, with a bad mood, or any other obstacle that will disturb your morning ritual. So the less friction you have early in the morning, the better. Number 3, determine how much sleep you need. To choose what time your morning ritual will begin, you need first to know how many hours of sleep you usually need. The amount of sleep that each person needs varies according to many factors such as age, diet, stress, your DNA. Usually, the time is between 6 to 8 hours. All you have to do in this third step is to set the time you want to wake up, identify how many hours you need to sleep, and then go to bed at a time that you can get that amount of sleep. For example, if you want to start a ritual at 6 in the morning and you need 8 hours of sleep, well, then you have to go to sleep at 10 at night. You can even put a night alarm clock to get you to bed at the right time. When the alarm rings, you can prepare everything, you go to sleep, avoiding contact with light-emitting electronics such as the screen of your mobile, TV screens, and preferring more relaxing activities such as reading a book, drinking chamomile tea, and listening to music, quiet music. Number 4, make a commitment to yourself. Once you have set the time of your morning ritual to begin, make a commitment to that time. That is, don't use the snooze button of your alarm clock. Our sleep works in cycles. If you use the snooze button of your phone, you're gonna miss the most appropriate time for you to wake up. The result is that you wake up feeling even more tired. Remember that you have made already a strategic plan to start a great day with an extraordinary morning ritual. It is not worth ruining everything for another 5 extra minutes trying to get a poor sleep in bed. One hack to get you up without using the snooze button is to use the tip from the book, the 5-second rule. In a nutshell, whenever you find yourself procrastinating to do something, just use a 5-second countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go and do it. Get out of bed. Another trick is to use mobile devices or applications that record your sleep cycles and wake you at the lighter phase of your sleep. You can find several of these smart alarm clocks just doing a simple search on the internet. Regardless of anything, respect the commitment that you made to yourself. Respect yourself. Get up on time and start your big day. Number 5, review and refine your ritual. It is very likely that the first version of your morning ritual is not ideal. You may make a plan bigger than what you can accomplish. You may not have the time to do everything that you planned. Or you may not enjoy doing some of the activities that you thought you would like to do. And this is all perfectly normal. On the morning ritual, it is not a rigid thing. On the contrary, it must be flexible and adapt to your routine. Remember that the goal is to make you start the day well and become a more productive, healthy, and satisfied person. Each time you perform your ritual, you will notice improvement points. Simply jot down your script and test these changes until you find the perfect routine for you. Wanting to fit into the morning ritual of someone else, somebody who's famous, is not ideal because each person is different. They have their own different routine for their own challenges, their own difficulties. Even so, if you need some ideas for your morning routine, here are some suggestions. Here are some ideas that you can adapt to your extraordinary morning ritual. Before I come up with some ideas for your ritual, I just want to say again one more time, each person is different. Some of these ideas may make perfect sense to you, some other ideas might seem absurd to you. Remember that your morning routine should be tailored to you. And then you build motivation to pack your day. If you choose an impossible ritual to do in your daily practice, the effect is going to be the opposite of what you want. You're going to be feeling defeated in the beginning of the day. Don't fall into that trap, okay? If you agree, now let's go to some ideas. Put your phone in airplane mode. If you start your day with the bad habit of reading messages, viewing photos on social networks, or checking emails on your phone, it is a good practice to put your phone in airplane mode when you go to sleep. By doing so, you can still use your phone, for example, as an alarm clock. You can still use some apps, and you also have access to your notes in your Habits app whenever you are needing to use to put notes in your morning ritual. But you don't have access to the internet and notifications and social networks, nothing to distract you, and this will allow you to focus on successfully completing your new morning routine. Pack your clothes and breakfast for the next day. Every decision you make throughout the day wastes some of your energy. Don't waste energy early in the morning making unnecessary decisions. When you anticipate these decisions, you gain the advantage and also the time to devote yourself to the most important tasks. Specifically regarding diet, you can select the best foods in advance to give you a more healthy and more energy choices. A similar approach is to simplify your morning by practicing intermittent fasting. Start the day with a glass of water. After spending about 8 hours sleeping, your body is certainly not as hydrated as it should be. So a good way to start your day is to drink a glass of water as soon as you wake up to leave your body hydrated and ready for action. If you want to have some extra flavor and also a little bit of extra vitamin C, you can add some squeezed lemon. Be thankful. There are proven benefits around the habit of giving thanks, of having gratitude. By simply including a gratitude routine in your morning ritual, you can be receiving the benefits such as having more patience, increasing your self-care, and alleviating stress symptoms. To structure all of that, you're going to have to use a paper journal and use a journal app. Meditate. Meditation is the most cost-effective habit that you can have in your life. Just 10 to 15 minutes a day. You can control your anxiety, you can increase your focus, you can sleep better, you can have more creativity, lessen aches in your body, reduce blood pressure, slow your brain aging, and improve your memory. And all these benefits have already been scientifically proven. If you need more support, you can use some specific meditation app on your phone. Enjoy the sun. Vitamin D is critical for your well-being. Controlled exposure to the sun, a diet rich in vitamin D foods, and exercise, they all improve the quality of life and help also to prevent many diseases. Since it is almost impossible to get enough vitamin D just from the food, we need to make it, and this is done by exposing the skin to a sufficient amount of sunlight. The human body ideally produces about 90% of the vitamin D that you need. The other 10% comes from food. So, if you experience problems such as insomnia, moodiness, depression, chronic fatigue, you might perhaps be deficient in vitamin D. So if it's possible, add to your morning ritual the habit of exposing yourself to sunlight for 15 to 20 minutes early in the morning. Practice physical exercises. The beginning of your day is the best time for you to exercise if your routine allows. You can combine with the previous point about going to do exercises outdoors or sunbathing. See which exercise suits you best and include it in your morning ritual. It can be bodybuilding, it can be running, walking, yoga, swimming. It can even be mere 10 minutes at home just doing body weight exercises. You can use short, intense exercise programs with high intensity interval training. This is all going to help you to get moving. Take a cold shower. A great way to end your extraordinary morning ritual is to take a cold shower. According to several scientific studies, taking a cold shower has benefits such as making you more alert, stimulating weight loss, accelerating muscle recovery, and also reducing stress. One trick to getting some of these benefits without you giving up your nice warm shower in the morning is to take your shower normally and in the end change the water temperature to cold and then you finish your shower with that cold water. A good morning ritual can change your life. These are just some different ideas, but you can set up your own morning ritual and improve it with time. Remember to follow these 5 steps. Writing the script, preparing everything the night before, setting your bedtime, making a commitment to wake up on time, and always reviewing and refining your ritual. And that is all. It is just a predetermined sequence of actions that will take you where you want to go. A simple habit, but one that has the power to change the way you lead your days and therefore change the way you lead your life. As with any change in habit, it is natural to face difficulties. Sooner or later, you will find situations that seem to try to get you out of your normality, of your ritual. However, with due persistence, the ritual becomes a habit and willpower is less and less required to maintain the routine. The best way to persist in your morning ritual until it becomes a habit is to simplify it with the small steps that you can take using the time and money and conditions that you have, the resources that you have right now, today. To make even more sense of your morning ritual, it is ideal that it is a part of a larger plan, a plan that will make you have the life that you want and deserve to have. In the Planning Your Life course, we teach you step by step how to build such a plan. You can start creating a plan today that will bring you closer to your biggest life goals by visiting a special class at arata.se/planning your life.